Good evening. Our top story is breaking right now in Baltimore, where rioting has broken out in the streets. Violent clashes between police and roving groups have left several officers injured and turned one West Baltimore neighborhood into chaos. This violence comes just hours after Freddie Gray, who died under mysterious circumstances last week while in police custody, was laid to rest. As we come on the air in the east, these pictures are live right now. This is a CVS which looters have been working their way through for the last couple of hours. It is now on fire, as you can see. Earlier, we saw angry crowds being pelting police with rocks as they walked down the street in full protective gear. We've seen a number of police cars destroyed, some set afire. Tonight, looters have ravaged through stores, crowds rampaging through the streets, police maintaining a perimeter for right now and their distance. Tom Costello is in Baltimore. Tom, I know you've had to move to a safer location. Describe what you've seen this afternoon.
Yeah, Lester, good evening. We've now moved to downtown Baltimore in front of City Hall. The situation's so volatile up in West Baltimore. Our own satellite truck was hit with rocks and the cab was looted. We can tell you hundreds of police officers are now pouring into this area. The National Guard is now on standby, and the Gray family, Freddie Gray's family, is calling for calm. But tonight the city has gone from bad to worse. Violence in the streets of West Baltimore this afternoon as hundreds of young people faced off against police, throwing rocks and bricks. Police officers pushing back, then retreating with fellow cops who'd been injured. Down the street, a CVS pharmacy looted. Young people pouring out of the store, apparently carrying stolen merchandise. A nearby police squad car torched and left to burn in the street. The officer apparently escaped unharmed. Through it all, police responded with armored vehicles and tear gas.
I don't know who's out there right now. That's something that we'll be able to determine as this event goes on. What we do know is that they're criminals. They attacked officers without provocation. They have no regard for the safety of the people that live in that community, and our officers are working hard to bring about order.
The confrontation's coming just hours after Baltimore police announced they had received a credible threat that various gang members have entered into a partnership to take out law enforcement officers. All of it on the same day 25-year-old Freddie Gray was laid to rest, with religious leaders and Gray's family calling for peace. Gray suffered a fatal spinal cord injury while in police custody. At his funeral today, Freddie Gray's stepfather spoke on behalf of the family.
I need to love and miss you, but also I need to live, because through me you will live.
Freddie's death is not in vain. After this day, we're going to keep on marching. After this day, we're going to keep demanding justice.
A promise not to let Freddie Gray's death be forgotten.
No justice! No justice! No justice!
In Baltimore tonight, stores closed down, intersections blocked off, with rioters once again taking to the streets.
This was a day of sacred closure in the funeral. So for us to come out of the burial and walk into this is absolutely inexcusable.
For yet another night, Baltimore is on edge. The FBI is now involved in investigating this threat against police. Meanwhile, the Orioles-White Sox game tonight that was going to be played at Camden Yards postponed. There will be no game tonight. They'll reschedule it down the road. Lester, back to you.
Tom Costello, as we see those fire engines now getting to that burning store. We have on the phone Reverend Jamal Harrison Bryant, who you just saw in Tom's story. Reverend, as we saw, you delivered the eulogy at Freddie Gray's funeral today. You come outside on a day of mourning and you see this, what we're looking at now. Describe your reaction.
I'm overwhelmed with shock, disbelief, and disappointment. The family was very clear, and we have been, that today would be a moratorium, that there would be no protests and no marches, no demonstration, as it was the family's request. And so for us to be returning from the burial grounds and to be met by this news is completely unnerving, and it's unfortunate not just for this city, but also for the family.
People will look at this and say, what on earth does this have to do with this case of Mr. Gray?
It has absolutely nothing. It does not bring us resolve for justice. It does not change any of the policies that we're after, and it doesn't honor the name of Freddie Gray. And as a consequence, I've been in the streets for the last couple of hours trying to get protesters to go home and young people to turn around. This is grossly unfortunate, and it does not mirror the nonviolent movement that we have been promoting over the last week. And as a consequence, we're having an emergency citywide town hall meeting tomorrow night to bring young people together, to bring calm and to bring focus about what should be our emphasis right now.
Reverend, we thank you for taking the time to speak to us. Thank you so much, sir. And note that as events warrant in Baltimore, we will go back during this broadcast.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.